Good morning. Thank you for joining. I'll just give it a couple minutes, wait for a couple more people to join. Good morning, good morning. Just waiting a few more minutes for more people to join. For those of you that were watching my session yesterday, this is going to be a lot less intense, or just a nice easy way to wake up and stretch. Alrighty, you know what, let's get started. Thank you everyone for joining. So we're going to start with some cars. So they're controlled articulating rotation, so we're going to be moving our joints through their max range of motion essentially. So while we're doing this movement though, we're going to practice irradiation. So you're going to be essentially a low effort contraction throughout your whole entire body, isolating to one joint that we're moving through. So I'm going to start with our neck. So I want you to imagine that, so essentially what we're just going to be doing is neck circles. So we're going to be drawing our chin to the other side of our, or to our shoulder, and then back around again to the other side. But I want you to be moving through this motion as if the air was about 30% more dense. So that's where we're creating that irradiation. We're creating that low contraction to our body, and so we're going to do 3 one way and 3 the other. So irradiate, moving your neck through about 30% denser air, creating tension for yourself. Then we'll go back the other way. On your chin to your shoulder, and the whole point is, guys, I don't want you rocking your shoulders. I don't want you shrugging your shoulder. We're really just isolating that neck joint. C-spine. So that's one each side. Let's get 2 more. Take your time with these. Okay, one more. Okay, and if you have any questions, just comment. All right, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do the spine. So what this is going to be is just essentially a cat-cow yoga pose. But, so we're going to start, hips stacked over the knees, shoulders stacked over your hands. And we're going to just slowly move down, flexing our spine vertebrae by vertebrae. And then on the way back up, we're going to extend. So start by tucking your chin. Slowly flexing each vertebrae, starting on that T-spine, then that T-spine. Take your time with these. Radiating, creating that contraction through your body. And then reverse it. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to do 3 of these. Keep the head tucked. Then open up. So I'll have you guys do 2 more on your own. So remember, start chin tucked, vertebrae by vertebrae, flexing, irradiating through your body, keeping that tension. I'll let you turn on music or something. All right, one more on your own, guys. Start with that chin tucked. Chin tucked. All right, so I'll wait a couple moments. What up, Johnny? I'll wait a couple moments for everyone to catch up. But the next one we're going to do is our scaps. So we're going to do one arm at a time. We're going to do 3 each side. So you're going to extend your arm out in a Y shape. Then I want you to draw your shoulder up to your ear, or your scapula up to your ear. What I don't want you to do is we're not going to move our head. We're just isolating this moment here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your scapula back and then down towards your back pocket, as if you're standing up, and then back forward. So I'm going to have you guys go through 3 each side on your own. I'll be doing them with you, but just remember, thanks at APULPD. And then remember, low intensity contraction throughout that movement. So you're moving your arm through about 30% denser air. So move that shoulder up towards your ear, scap, draw it backwards, draw it down towards your back pocket, and then roll it forward again. Alright, so that was 3 on that side. We'll get 3 on the other. So in that Y shape, drawing your scap up towards your ear, back, down to your back pocket. Don't bend your elbow like I did, and roll it forward. So really take your time with these. Good. All right, give a couple minutes for everyone to catch up. The joint that we're going to be doing next is our shoulder joint. So if any of you guys followed along on Wednesday, Johnny went through these as well. So this way. So again, we're going to be in the 6-point position. So our toes are tucked, knees stacked over, or hips stacked over our knees, shoulders stacked over our hands. We're going to extend one arm out, and we're going to move our arm through about 30% denser air. So we're going to move it up, thumbs up. You can see thumb pointed up. You're going to get it as high as you can. Once you get to this sticking point, we're going to turn our thumb down, and then imagine that you are holding a Sharpie in your hand. You're trying to draw the biggest circle you can. So drawing that biggest circle you can. And during this movement, guys, don't tilt your shoulders, don't tilt your hips. You really just want to isolate this shoulder joint. So moving it through that range of motion. Down. You're keeping that thumb in that same position. Once you get here, you're going to move it back up as high as you can. And then you're going to flip your thumb back up. Complete the circle. And remember, so you got 3 on each side. So remember, guys, when you're doing this, to maintain that 30%, 10 to 30% contraction throughout your body, that isometric hold, creating that tension. So 3 on each side. Starting thumb up. Grab that arm up as high as you can. Thumb down. Draw that bigger circle you can. Back up. Turn that thumb back to the starting position. Completing that circle. Remember, we're not shifting our weight from one side to the other. So you got 3 each side. Just doing them along with you guys. Hope you're all having a good morning so far, or tuning in from somewhere else besides the West Coast, having a good day or whatever part of the day it is. What am I doing? you guys another side view of it. As high as you can. Alright, so last one on the left side. And you guys don't have to keep alternating like I did. Awesome. So the last cars that we're going to go through is for our hips. Then we're just going to do a couple more mobility stretches, and then we'll be done. So with our hips, it's the best way to show you guys. So we're starting in that same position. Knees or hips stacked over your knees, shoulders stacked over your hands. I'm going to start with pulling our knee towards our face, moving our knee away from our body. Really important, guys, that you don't want to be shifting your hips when you do this. And if you have like a yoga block or even a book, you can put it on your back, lower back. And that will be a good cue for you to not shift your hips. So knee towards your face, knee out away from your body. Now what you're going to do is you're going to draw your heel away from your butt. Knee down, back towards your face. Your knee back up as high as you can. Heel towards the other side of your butt. Don't shift those hips. Draw your knee back around and in. You got 3 on each side. 3 hip cars. So remember, creating that irradiation, that force or contraction throughout your body, and moving your joint through about 30% denser air. Heel towards the opposite butt, don't shift those hips. So take your time with these guys. Do you have any questions so far about anything we've done? Don't think so. Okay, so if you guys are finishing up, the next thing we're going to do is just the world's greatest stretch. So we're going to get into a lunge. Back leg is long. And what we're going to do for this inside arm, for this inside elbow, we're going to try to touch it to the ground as low, or keeping this arm locked. Get that elbow as close to the ground as we can. Then we're going to open up to the sky. And you have 3 on each side. You can alternate each side. This is stretching our lower body and upper body. So inside elbow, as close to the ground as we can. And open up. What up, Gio? What up, Connor? And just keep going through this, guys. 3 each side. That's 2. 1 more each side. Okay, so the last move we're going to do, guys, are just 90-90 hip transitions. ground. That's just an awkward angle. Heels into the ground. What you're going to do next is drive your knees into the ground so you end up in a 90-90 position. Once you're in this 90-90 position, you're going to drive this knee off the ground as high as you can before following with this leg. So back to the middle, and then back to the other side. Lead with the outside knee, and then down. This movement's all about control. The further your heels are away from your butt, the easier the movement's going to be. So this is really going to test your hip mobility and flexibility. So I'll just go through about 5 transitions. And don't rush through these. Really kind of continue. Just try to test your limitations each time. So that's that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Any questions so far? See, we have a thinking face. Any questions? But tune back in. There's another one at 11 noon, I believe. Let me double check for you guys. For Movement Society. Upper back and lower back mobility. Okay. I'll show one more move because we had a request from our resident Olympian at Vitru. So this is going to stretch your T-spine. So what you're going to do is extend one leg out to the side, other arm into the ground, hand behind your head. So when going through this movement, guys, you want to make sure that you don't bend your wrist. You want to keep your wrist straight the entire time. So we're going to bring our elbow down towards our wrist. Then we're going to open up nice and big, or not very well like me, because my T-spine mobility isn't the best. But ideally, guys, you would want to be able to open up completely open. That's a good. So make sure to stretch both sides. Any other questions? Or requests? All right then. Well, again, tune back in at 11 for Johnny and a special guest. And then at 12 p.m. for Movement Society. Both great workouts. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.